Doc. I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied. Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. I'm gonna shoot you between the balls.
The disease. And I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one. Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to what I am christening the month of action. I am one of your hosts, Charlie. With me, as always, is Nate. Say hello to the people. Nate.
Does an eagle cry every time we say the word action? Oh, I think it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that confirms it. Cool.
And next to Nate on my screen is our brother Pete. Say hello, Pete.
Hello, everyone. It is the month of action. There it is.
And we got a very special guest. We couldn't start this month off with our unofficial fourth member, Troy. Say hello, Troy.
You can't say action without Troy. And actually, that's pretty easy, but
Yeah, usually I'm always thinking about like Troy's pecs and abs, and they're shining in sweat. And he's got two Uzis, and there's usually an eagle crying in the background. Yeah.
Troy, do you still have that Photoshop picture I did of you as Troy the Barbarian?
it's hanging up right over there.
Oh my God,
It's not
we gotta get this
Photoshop.
up on the. It's not. I'm so shit. It's not Photoshop. It's the first time I met Troy. I took a picture of this. So
Yep.
we need to post that.
Definitely.
That was back in my
That's
barbarian phase.
We all have one.
Yeah.
I'm still in mine, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. It's not just a phase, Mom. It's a lifestyle.
That one didn't even say action.
I don't care. This is like a bastardized version of Pee-wee's Playhouse right now. We keep
The
saying the
secret word
secret word.
today is action. Yeah. At least it's an eagle and not a red-winged blackbird like
Right, we're not doing that
Neon
one again.
Maniacs.
we're not doing that one again. So yes, it is a new year. It is July, and Charlie takes over the entire podcast all month long. Nothing but action movies all the way through. And I am hyped, boys, because this movie we're covering tonight has been on my list forever, but I've been waiting for a special moment. And James Cameron gave me that special moment this year.
Oh,
We finally got True Lies on not just Blu-ray, but 4K. And oh my God, it was glorious.
I
Say.
cannot comprehend why there was never at least a Blu-ray released of this. It blows my mind. They got a VHS, a DVD, probably a Laserdisc. Hell, I don't know, but never a Blu-ray. What? I don't get it.
I don't either.
Yeah, it disappeared for a long time. Like watching this over the weekend is the first time I've seen this movie, and I can't tell you when. Because
Yeah, you me both.
I think up to a year ago is when it finally started to pop up on Hulu. I was like, oh yeah, but I'm gonna wait until Charlie tells us that we're gonna watch it.
Mhm.
Which everyone knew it was going to be on my list at some point, and that's
Matter of time.
I had to open up July with it. So, gentlemen, let's hit the trailer, and then we are going to jump right into this fantastic film.
How'd it go at the convention, honey?
You were the big hit of the show. It's fantastic. I love the computer business.
For 15 years, Harry Tasker's been leading a double life.
Mr. President, one of our best men is inside. Transmitting now.
Right on time.
I don't believe I've met you before.
Rehnquist. Harry Rehnquist.
Listen to the following code word. Helen. Helen.
Now, they're about to collide.
What's your exit strategy?
I'm gonna walk right out of the front gate.
May I see your invitation, please?
Sure. Here's my invitation.
Yeah, that worked good. Right out the old front gate.
Can you lean back a second?
Mr. Tasker, Tasker's office.
Hi, it's Helen.
Is he in? Harry's in a sales meeting, Mrs. Tasker.
It's not like he's saving the world or anything.
Well, see, this is the problem with terrorists. They're really inconsiderate when it comes to people's schedules. Could you press the button for the top floor, please?
Hi, Helen. Harry forgot something back at the office.
Whenever I can't sleep, I just ask him to tell me about his day. 6 seconds and I'm out.
Maybe it's just that you're not in touch with your feminist side.
Harry,
Uh-oh.
what were you doing there?
Wouldn't believe me if I told you. You know what this is? It's a snow cone maker. Is it a water heater?
From James Cameron, director of Aliens and T2. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's a Soviet Mirv 6 from an SS-22M launch vehicle.
I married Rambo.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
True Lies.
What can I say? I'm a spy.
God, that's a great 90s trailer right
Yeah.
there.
What a summer blockbuster that
It's up
is.
there. Yeah,
Oh my God.
you got the voice, you got all the stuff. Yeah, well, that didn't get
The
your butt in the seat.
one-liners.
Nothing is. Yeah, all the one-liners.
Yeah. And it's like, other people would be like, well, that just ruined the entire movie. No, that gave you a tiny little
really did.
sprinkle of what's in this movie. And
Though the first 20 minutes of the movie, you're like, I saw all this in the trailer, and then it's like, oh, now it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
that's what we can give away because that's what we had filmed and ready to go. So now you can see it in the trailer. But yeah, dude, guys, I am so amped. I actually waited all last year. 'Cause I usually watch True Lies like once a year. I have
okay.
I have the
Yeah.
shitty DVD, but it was the only way I could watch it. So I was like, I would watch it, and then the whispers started happening a little louder and louder that James Cameron was going to get it done. It was going to get a 4K release. More and more reputable places started reporting on it, and I'm like, I'm going to wait now. I'm going to wait. It's been a little over a year since I watched it till last night, and my God, it was worth the wait. So let's jump into our histories with this. Troy, we haven't had you in a little bit. What is your first history memory with True Lies?
I'm holding with my perfect record of not having seen this yet.
Yes! This guy.
But
I know.
Look,
I like when he
what a
shows
first
up.
Watch.
Yeah.
How wonderful.
Do you just sit at home and stare at the blank wall? You know, that's
I'm just a very boring person.
you have a barbarian picture we just talked about, sir. I don't believe you.
Well, that was a past life.
He's out of that phase.
Well, I was out
Yeah.
raiding and pillaging. I didn't have time for movies.
Oh my God. I can only imagine a first time watching this again. Oh, okay. Well, we'll get back into you here in a little bit.
Yeah.
Pete, what was first time you watched True Lies?
I-
You better
I-
not say last night.
No. I missed it in the theaters because I was a poor college kid, and it was not easy to get to the movie theater without taking the bus. So yeah, and there wasn't really a theater on the bus line, frankly. Anyway, I saw it VHS rental. I don't know, a couple dozen years ago, and it's always been one of those that I've remembered fondly. I don't know. I don't know what else to say, but I'm so happy I saw it again. And I think I now want to buy that 4K version because I rented mine from the library as I am wont to do. And it was terrible. It was a terrible copy. It was that picture in a picture thing. So it was letterbox, but it had the letterbox around the letterbox. It was bad.
It's horrible.
Bad.
I actually, when I would watch it, I'd hit the zoom button on my television.
Yeah.
And it would distort it a little bit, but I'm not looking at the black boxes all the way around it.
Yeah. So I'm excited to grab the 4K. I will absolutely do that. Hopefully it's got a bunch of, it's got extras, I'm sure.
Yeah, it came with archives, script, artwork, marketing, and then Fear is Not an Option, a look back at True Lies, which is about a 45-minute documentary of them now talking about it. So for
Very
the
cool.
4K,
Cool.
I just got done watching that too because I was like, I have to get that in.
Yeah.
Nate, buddy, what about you? When did you
Well,
first watch True Lies?
If I had to guess, it probably was 1995 when it hit VHS. I had to look up when it came out because I know we did not go to the theater to see this. I specifically this being like a mom and dad rental because it had Jamie Lee Curtis in it, and then Arnold. And I remember me having to close my eyes for some reason during a certain scene.
Really?
And I don't know why. Still don't know why, but eyes had to be closed. But I remember this being played on a lot as a child because it's a very fun. I mean, this is like Last Action Hero, like just a kids friendly like action movie. I'm kind of shocked this is rated R. Like I had to look it up. I was like, really? I thought for sure this was a PG-13. Like
there's some language in it. And
not much though,
language in Jamie Lee mostly naked. I think that's probably,
but not fully. So
No.
that's still PG-13, territory.
And she's not afraid to go fully either in most of her movies. So
she's known for bearing
Not
all.
like this
I
was
watch
just one
Trading
of those
Places every New Year. So yes.
after Terminator 2 blowing my mind as a kid. I mean, True Lies being the next thing, and just oh man, this is amazing. And then you get older and you find out it's made by this guy named James Cameron, and he did Aliens. You're like, that's awesome too. And then he got obsessed, and I mean fucking obsessed with a boat. He would not leave the boat alone for like 12 goddamn years. And you're just like, can't you just give me another True Lies, buddy? But nope. He just has to keep going and looking at that damn boat.
He's got a lot of boat on. He goes, I'm going to go touch the boat.
Yeah, I want to go touch the boat.
Boats and blue furries. Yeah.
He got so obsessed with that boat when those people were controlling that submarine with a PlayStation 2 controller. He went, probably shouldn't have gone into that submarine, not with a PlayStation 2 controller, because you're going to implode. I've been to that boat. I've touched that boat.
Wasn't even a PlayStation 2 controller. It was like the Mad Catz version.
Yeah, exactly.
The controller. They didn't spring for name brand, sir.
You shouldn't buy your controls off of Temu.
No.
Honestly, you shouldn't buy your submarines.
I was going to say, or your submarine.
Well, I got it on Groupon.
I have a very unusual introduction to this movie. The first time I watched it was a rental, like Pete. As soon as it came out, Dad rented it. And I watched the movie, but it was in an hour and a half, not the 2.5 hour long that the movie is. So Dad had rented it, and it had to be summertime because I was at home, and it was a Monday. And I had asked Mom, I'm like, do I get to watch Dad's movie? Like, nobody said anything before Dad went to work. And she's like, I don't know. Maybe when your dad gets home, you can talk to him about it. And I was like, okay. All day I waited. Dad came home, and he's like, I got to run the movies back. They're due. And I'm like, I didn't get to watch True Lies. Was I allowed? And he goes, you didn't watch it today? I'm like, no, Mom said I had to wait for you. And so Dad's like, all right, okay, we got like an hour and a half before the late fee kicks in. So, but this was how much Dad loved this movie and wanted me to see it. Because most people would have been like, okay, I'll just go rent it again. No, my dad didn't want to spend the money. So he pops the movie in. I watch the beginning. He fast forwards everything that he thinks is boring. Plays, like I saw the horse and the motorcycle and all that stuff. I saw the opening. He fast forward through all like the talkie. So I had no idea what's really going on in this movie. It gets all the way up to the Jamie Lee Curtis scene, and Mom's already rolling her eyes, and Dad's like fast forwarding through it. He's like, oh, she dances. Wait a minute, hits play is right at the point where she falls off the fucking pole and jumps back up. He goes, that was funny. Fast forward again.
Dad edit.
We're on a mission, boy.
I had the YouTube watch it quickly version. And I got to watch all the way to the cool ass thing, because I was huge into jets and everything. And I loved what I saw. And it was like a few weeks later, like I think when it came off of like new release price, I got to rent it again. And I think it was like that Christmas mom bought it for dad, to put in the, Schwarzenegger collection. So I watched it any chance I had, 2.5 hours to kill. And I finally got to watch it because dad wasn't worried about it. Wasn't, he needed to cut it. We just didn't want to pay the late fee to take the movie.
That's hilarious.
So my memory of Jamie Lee Curtis is dancing really fucking fast, falling, jumping back up, dad laughing, and fast forward again. So that is.
So you got that. My eyes were closed for certain scenes. There's just darkness.
It had to be when Bill Paxton pissed himself. That was probably what they didn't want you to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's totally.
Troy was last night.
Yeah.
And I watched it with my 14-year-old who was sitting there just cringing that whole Jamie Lee Curtis scene.
Oh, I bet.
Ew, Dad. Ew.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's gross. No, yeah, you're right. That's
terrible. I you know what? I'm going to turn my head, look at the mirror. Yep. Okay. Is it over yet? Oh, there it goes. Oh,
it does go on for a while.
Yeah.
I can only imagine at 14, that probably feels like an eternity with your parents.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I think thankfully I never actually had to sit through it with my parents except that first time being fast forwarded. That was the only time we all sat together and watched it. Any other time was I was watching it on my own. But dude, yeah, buddy. Ain't no shame here, son.
Nope.
Total Recall and True Lies, man. I mean, if I could have had picture-in-picture technology back then, hang it up, sir. Hang it up.
Oh, trust me. I remember when we got the TV that had PIP, and we could not figure out how to get it to work for the life of us.
All the radiation from the microwave.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I adore this movie, man. I was so excited that this was actually getting a good, like, clean release. And I watched it last night. My God, the 4K is gorgeous.
That's good to hear.
I had heard some people going, there's some scenes in it that are a little iffy. I didn't see them.
Okay.
So either I'm not in tune to what other people truly think 4K is, or me, I was just having so much damn fun watching this movie. I didn't give a shit. But I saw nothing wrong with this transfer whatsoever.
The Hulu,
loved every second of it.
The picture on Hulu was really nice too.
Yeah,
I mean, like, I don't think it was 4K, but like it was clear as bell.
It's the Blu-ray because the 4K you buy has a Blu-ray disc in it too. So I literally got everything I wanted with this purchase was a Blu-ray and a 4K. I think they do it too because they put the special features on the Blu-rays now, not just on the 4Ks, I guess, because of space.
Oh, interesting.
However that works. But that's what I was. So I've actually watched both of them in the span of 24 hours.
Time well spent. Yeah, I was curious. There were a couple of scenes later on in the movie, like during the Harrier scenes, especially, that on the DVD version I was watching, we're like, oh, that's a little dated. I sure hope they clean that up in the 4K. So it's good to hear that you're saying that it looks better.
Like, there's one drawback, and this is the only drawback. Every time there's a stunt double for Arnold.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
so many scenes.
Times.
Like, that's definitely not Arnold jumping into a river as explosions happen behind him. What do you mean that's not Arnold flying that jet? I could have sworn when I was, 7, that was Arnold flying that jet.
Now, fun fact about that one, we're going to jump around, so we're not going to walk through this movie. I was watching the behind the scenes part. They put a 2-scale model of a Harrier, on top of a building and put it on a hydraulic ram with a crane attached to it. So it all works like in the climax of the movie with the crane and all this. That's Arnold in there with, Elijah Dushku and the guy that plays Aziz. And everyone on production was terrified. Like, we have the biggest superstar action star in the world on a jet on top of a 30-story high rise with a crane over him on hydraulic gimbals moving him around.
Sounds awesome.
All the close-ups are of him in a jet, a life-size jet. the best part that I learned from this thing was they got done with all the close-ups. They were like, okay, we got to get the jet down. Hey, we have a crane. So they move the crane and they start lowering this chassis of the jet down. And James Cameron, they said it got about halfway down and he goes, stop. And everybody stops. And he goes and gets in the helicopter and they fly around, and he flies around the building 3 or 4 times. And he goes, we're going to shoot the plane in front of the building right now. And they went and got stunt people to actually be in the Harrier off of a cable in front of the building, like,
oh my gosh,
25 stories up, and a helicopter. So anytime it looks like the jet is like moving or strafing, that's actually the helicopter on a long lens. So it looks like the jet is moving.
Oh,
but
that's
when they
so cool.
What the hell?
When they show the shot, and you're just like, who okayed that? And it was like, it was only because it was James Cameron, and he made that call on like short notice. Like, it's hanging from a cable. That's it. And they shot the rest of it. And it's why it looks like everything looks real. Like there's a jet flying around the building. It's not green screened. None of it was. It's all in camera. And it's fucking amazing, dude. Like, just learning that right there, I was like, fuck, this is the greatest movie ever. Like, period. Like, nothing tops this now.
I loved the shot through the helicopter as the Harriers are first flying by, and it's like helicopter Harriers bridge. Like, what a shot that was. It was amazing.
It took them. Go ahead, Nate.
I just completely forgot about that entire bridge sequence. So while watching it and seeing like the practical effects and them like eventually blowing up that bridge, I was just stunned the entire time. Because when I say, I mean, it's probably been over 20 years since I've seen this. It's been a long ass time. Right. But to be able to see like what Pete is talking about, it's just like, holy shit. Because like you have to think in a way that Cameron has to be thinking, how do I top T2? How do I,
Well, he's not just doing that. He's going, how do I top Top Gun? How do I top what I've done? Well, how do I top what everyone else has done in this movie?
How do I top Iron Eagle 3? I know that's always on his mind.
Iron Eagle 3, Aces High, baby. I love that movie. They get World War II planes in it. I love it. But he was talking and he said, I wanted, jets in the movie, and Harriers kind of fit. And we're like, how the hell do I get Harriers? He goes, so I took a page from Top Gun. I called the Navy, and they were like, yeah, we'd love to show off our jets.
Mm-hmm.
So they sent them 2 Harrier jets. Like Arnold said, he showed up on set and there's 2 jets sitting on set. There they are.
Question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone know the Navy's phone number? Just curious.
It depends. Are we recruiting or are you trying to get something?
I'm just trying to get some jets for us, boys.
I mean, if we had enough Pepsi points, we could be like that kid that sued Pepsi.
Could, yeah.
Who had enough points to get a Harrier jet. We don't forget, Pepsi. We don't forget. But that shot Pete's talking about, they said it was like 2 or 3 times they tried it. So they had them do a flyby. They were way too far out. And Cameron was like, I literally just got on the radio and went, can you guys do that again? Get a little closer. They're like, okay. Woo, come by. He goes, all right, let's try it one more time. They said they got like that. That was super close, even for them. And James is like, it's the greatest shot ever, but that was the scariest damn thing. But he was like, this is a moment that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Like, you can't, and it's a scene in the movie that all of us are like, those are real jets.
Yeah,
there's
like unmistakable as real.
God, I love it.
I'll see shots like that in Godzilla movies. Quite frankly, like you'll see this weird shot where these planes are zooming around a monster. I know these are models, and I'm just fine with that. Just that shot, jaw hit the ground. I'd forgotten all about that one.
I mean, I love that this movie came out when it did, is because there's CG, but not really CG right now. So to pull all that off had to be in camera and practical. Like, it just period. There's no other way to do it. And the way he did it, it didn't feel like, I can say it didn't feel like watching Iron Eagle 3, where they're trying to make it look like they're flying or something like that. And hell, Top Gun took another page right out of it doing Maverick, which we're doing this month, is put the actors in the fucking planes and get them in the sky. Put a camera on the
Well, it's the most brilliant thing they could have done for a new Top Gun movie is, hey, we have it to where you can make this happen instead of just doing like what's clearly a green screen of them in a cockpit. We'll just make it happen.
Tom Cruise is crazy. He'll say yes.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise probably the one that came up with it. Going, hear me out. I think I can fly that motherfucker. We're like, Tom. Okay, no, Tom.
Get me the Navy on the phone. Let them know it's Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise has the Navy on speed dial. I just know.
I believe that. Yeah.
He doesn't. It's not just Iceman. He has his own admiral on speed dial that he talks to.
Mr. Navy, it's Tom Cruise.
So maybe you guys know this, because the one that blew me away was how real it looked like when they were strafing the bridge. Were they actually shooting at something on that bridge? And like,
right? Like I felt like they were shooting.
Those, I mean, all that is like actual explosions happening. It's not the bridge, but it is a bridge that they built to blow up. And
dude, Herman, they built a bridge. Good Lord.
It's James Cameron.
Cameron has all the money.
Again, if he did it all in miniature, we would know.
Yeah,
like I'm sure there's some shots that
there's some like when you see like the van, I think thrown. I'm fairly certain that's miniature because there's some scenes like I think were miniature.
I think the van launch. I think everything when the camera got close was real.
Probably it's James Cameron. So
they literally pulled the stunt woman from the limo.
Oh my god!
On this shot, so they had her tethered to the stunt guy who's Arnold, so our stunt Jamie Lee Curtis, and they had her in the limo with the helicopter keeping pace. So the limo's going down the road, and they had like safety checks and everything. Like once you get to this point is the only time we can like abort mission. And James said he's filming this thing, and he goes, I can't see the fucking cones, and they're just going, and it gets to where she's about to go over the edge, and he goes, all I can think of is now or never, Donna. And it's the stunt woman's name. And the way they pull her up just as the limo is going off the edge, all real.
Looks
it almost looks like the limo just falls away, like her legs aren't entirely out yet,
that's basically what it is. It's timed so well and shot so well that
her shins
she's physically being pulled out of the limo in that shot. And then they went back to where they're set up for the set. They put Jamie Lee Curtis in the rig, fly her hanging under the helicopter till they got to that section of the set bridge, and then filmed her flying over top of all of the chaos. And so God. She's literally hanging from a helicopter. So all the stuff of when the camera's looking at her, that's really happening. That is the water under her. That is the explosions under her. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Here's what's great. As this scene is unfolding, and we watch them fly off into the sunset and it fades away.
Yeah.
I just am thinking to myself, like, movie magic. That is something that you just don't get anymore. That simple definition of movie magic where it's like, yeah, I know these are stunt people, but I don't care because I got to see someone actually fall out or fall upward from a limo onto a helicopter. Like, there's just so much where it's like, yeah, you know it when you see it, and it doesn't happen anymore. And that's this whole last sequence is a perfect example.
Then the cherry on top of that scene is them kissing with a nuclear explosion.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh my God.
This movie does something else that it seems almost impossible is this a good like comedy with a great action movie,
Three Stooges-esque humor,
kind of without getting too slapsticky, and it's also like poking fun at the genre without being a parody
while being
the genre.
Badass too. This is what's frustrating because it's like, God damn, if you didn't get obsessed with that boat, you could have gave us like 4 more of these type of movies, James Cameron.
Well, they were writing part 2. Part 2 was getting ready to happen, and then
the boat.
No,
The boat.
the
Or
towers.
9/11.
The towers happened.
Terrorism is no longer funny.
They said that they kept trying to write afterwards, and James Cameron's words, Pete, were, "It never came off as funny anymore, and we just refused to do it."
That's the thing. The terrorists in this, they're so Three Stooges because they're bumbling idiots. Like,
right.
Like,
I love everything. I like Arnold has the comedy to it, as the husband.
He's Arnold.
As a spy. He's Arnold.
Which
he has
is
good
still
comedy
very
timing.
strange that you could be with a man for 15 years who has that physique and you think he's just into computer sales.
And weightlifting. Huh?
Yeah. He's got a gym membership. She had an exercise bike in the house. So,
I'm
they
just
tried to
saying, Pete, you wouldn't pass me as like, yep, Pete's definitely a spy. You would make it where I'm like, yep, nope, Pete definitely works with computers for a living.
See, that's when you're wrong. I'm a perfect spy because I'm the everyday man. No one could look at me and go, "Oh, he could totally be a spy." No, that's where I get him. That's where I get him. That's my cover. See,
you're the True Lies TV show that got canceled after one season.
Remember the definition of the average American male? That's this guy right here.
The perfect spy.
Perfect spy, because no one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
They really
remember,
don't.
he's better looking than Scott Grimes. So
damn right I am.
Yeah,
over this.
yeah. He's
Troy,
so much better looking than Scott Grimes.
Troy missed Critters 2 last week. It's so sad.
But I mean, and that's to me, it's what this movie is. Like, it's a great story, but man, it's just these fantastic moments after moments after. This movie's 2.5 hours long, and I wish there was more to it. Like, that's this movie to me. Like, I never get bored. I'm never going, come on. I'm always into it. I'm following along the storyline, the family story of Arnold and Jamie Lee Curtis, where he thinks she's having the affair, and then following the terrorist story, the nuclear weapons that they're tracking down, as they're coming into America. They blend it so damn good. And it keeps me engaged,
And it's got Tom Arnold. That's also impressive to make you go, hey, I'm not fully hating this because it does have Tom Arnold.
No, and he's funny.
I see what you're doing.
But he's funny in this without,
in spite of Tom Arnold, it's still a good movie.
Yeah,
I like him as Gib,
there's
man.
only one other action movie that I'm like, hell yeah, Tom Arnold. And that's Exit Wounds. And I'm just waiting, Charlie. I'm waiting over here.
You got a birthday coming up.
God damn it. Don't want to use my birthday pick.
I actually watched that the other day, you son of a bitch, just because I felt like it.
And I bet it was fucking awesome the whole time.
I love Exit Wounds, man.
Yeah,
Tom Arnold in a tank, man. What's not to love? But yeah, I like Tom Arnold. I like the character of Gib. I believe him as Arnold's best friend.
Him and Arnold are a very good pairing. It should have been Danny DeVito, but still a good pairing.
Yeah,
I think you got something going on there. I like that idea a lot.
I don't know if I buy Danny DeVito working for Omega Sector.
Oh, you don't think that Danny DeVito could be a spy?
Fit,
yeah.
I picture Tom, like, I know they didn't do it, but in my headcanon, he was a fit guy at once, and then he finally just started slacking off a little more and a little
Well, no,
more.
he got through the divorce where she stole the ice cube trays.
3 divorces, right?
3
Yeah.
divorces. And now that's the guy we have here. He's on tenure, basically, and they can't get rid of him.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
he's stuck
saying
there.
you make Danny DeVito play the Arnold character, because while I would watch that, I'm just saying, make it to where he's the Tom Arnold guy.
He got to be the cat in Last Action Hero, so he's still doing pretty good.
There's one for Millie, Troy. Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
that would be a good Millie one. So, what overall? What did Millie feel about the movie?
She quite liked it. It was a little bit. I think she's a little bit in the Pete vein, where like bang bang shoot 'em ups aren't quite her cup of tea.
Okay.
But she did dig it. There was a couple of classic moments. My favorite, that it's going to make you guys just crawl and cry, is when Jamie Lee Curtis says that she married Rambo, and Millie went, "Who's Rambo?"
Oh my God! No, Millie.
I have failed. I have failed as a father.
Oh my God! The running joke with those guys of putting each other's names in their movies.
Oh,
That's probably aside from the T2 and Last Action Hero. This is one of my other favorite ones.
Yeah.
Rambo. Fucking love.
I thought Rambo was in the zeitgeist, like Jason or Freddy, or
I was a little surprised that she didn't know.
Even though you haven't seen the movies, you just know that Rambo.
Yeah, you just know who Rambo
Rocky,
is.
you know who Rocky is. Everyone knows.
But now,
that.
Troy, you got to sit her down and be like, "Come, child, we're going to watch First
I don't
Blood."
know. Oh,
and then an hour and 40 minutes are going to go by, and she's going to be like, "That wasn't fun at all."
no, it's not.
There's a reason we're doing Rambo 2 this month.
Yeah.
Not First Blood.
No, it's a very different movie.
Yeah, totally different setting for
very,
that movie.
very.
It's like Texas Chainsaw and Texas Chainsaw 2. It's like two very different movies.
I love First Blood, man, but this is month of action. And
I get it.
Yeah. So,
I'm just saying that's how he introduces the little one.
Yeah, let's start here with a little PTSD.
Exactly.
And, police brutality. Yeah.
You're going to get used to it here in like 5 years, I promise.
Just turn the news on for a minute. It'll make sense. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad because like Nate said, I don't know if I would go so far as like kid friendly. This is one of those like next level ups. Like you've introduced them to like Last Action Hero, and now you're like, okay, where do I go now? Okay, True Lies, I feel like is one that can be a step because you don't need to know Arnold's other movies to get this movie. Like he looks like an action star. He looks like the kind of guy that would fit this role.
Right. This is her first Arnold too. Like she had not seen anything.
Really?
Like,
Nice.
What do you see that's Arnold when you're
Kindergarten Cop?
Yeah,
Kindergarten Cop. Kindergarten Cop.
Jingle All the Way.
We haven't done Twins. Yeah. So this
Junior.
was
Remember Junior?
No, I don't.
There was a reason we weren't saying Junior, Nate.
Because he got.
I don't remember that one.
It's the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant.
No.
What?
Watch the
Oh, that's
father.
vaguely familiar.
Oh, you don't remember Junior?
No, I didn't see that. No, that must have been late 90s.
Oh,
no. Yeah, I think it's like right after this.
Well, that would be like 97, I think is when Junior came out. Something like that. I mean, Troy, you could watch the father-daughter classic Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to save his zombified daughter the entire movie.
I've never heard of this movie.
Yep.
That's
Movie called
new to me.
Maggie. Look at
That one's much later, though.
Oh, that's like 2000.
Junior came out the same year as True Lies.
Bullshit.
No!
Pregnant Arnold was not being this badass.
Yep. Prego Arnold and Danny DeVito was 1994 as well.
man's
Oh my God,
got
I
range,
totally
let's just
forgot
say.
Danny DeVito. He's the doctor, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he is.
Oh my God. You're going to make me watch that movie again.
I'm going to have to watch that movie again.
You know? Like I have like pieces I see of it, and I remember like Arnold wearing glasses too was really weird in that movie.
I just remember
He's
he
got
makes
real
this
thin-
look where he's like, "I'm pregnant." What? Like it's one of those looks.
That was the movie. That was the VHS cover.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shocked face and a pregnant Arnold on the front of it.
And he's got glasses.
Yeah.
And he's like, "But I'm a bodybuilder. This is really wacky.
What a wacky situation!
Oh my gosh. I know his salary for that movie. I want all the money now.
I hope he got all of it, every dime out of it. Oh man, but no, this is peak Arnold to me, man. Like, I kind of stand by that. I still think this is like peak Arnold.
Is this is this the top of the mountain? Is this?
I kind of think this is like the top of the mountain. Like he's done other movies after this. I still love End of Days. Nate and I, God, we swoon over Last Stand. It's such a great movie, but it is not True Lies. It's not even
Predator.
close. Well, I mean, Predator's early Arnold. So if you're talking like the roller coaster of Arnold, he was like that vertical.
This
climb
is
on
because
Top
right
Thrill
after
Dragster.
this, you get
It's a steep
Eraser,
drop-off.
where it's like Eraser's good, but it's not True Lies.
Not even
you
close.
know. And then you get Collateral.
Collateral.
You get
6 Days first. Collateral. End of Days. There's a handful. Then he had the heart attack, which
Terminator 3
cameo.
Yeah,
for the most part. But he was governor, so he wasn't allowed to make movies while he was governor for a while.
Gee, I wonder why. Like you're busy or something.
He's still the one that hasn't quite had to do what everyone else does and went to the straight to video route. Just bumping out movies after movies that never see theaters.
He's made his money though. He doesn't need to do that.
No. Well, I mean, you guys live in the heart of the Arnold Fitness Classic, man.
Yep.
Columbus, Ohio. Arnold's there every year. Go to Thurman's, get the Terminator.
Yeah,
I used to have a tank parked out at Easton.
Yeah,
true story.
He's got a statue. I get to
He's got a
point
statue
at his
downtown.
butt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Arnold's butt.
I pointed Arnold's butt.
Yeah, it's all very bronze.
Of course, it's bronze.
Super muscular.
Stallone got a statue. Arnold needed a statue.
Yeah, I've seen that statue too. Didn't get to point at its butt though.
If you look closely, it says Sly on the bottom corner of Arnold's statue.
Sly was here.
And then, yeah.
I want.
All right. I'm gonna go to the statue right now. I'll be back.
I so want that to happen now. I want them going and vandalizing each other's statues.
Big, just a little.
No.
Scratch, yeah.
I would be okay with a sticker if Stallone just came and slapped a sticker on his ass that said Stallone was here.
Property of Stallone.
Yeah. I'd be down for that. I love every.
Then we'd also be wondering why there's this 5'3" short Italian man running around with stickers in his hands downtown Columbus.
I don't think he would even stand out from what you just said, Nate. I have been downtown Columbus a lot.
You're right, because we'd be like, "Oh, the pizza place is over there, dude."
That wouldn't even raise an eyebrow, sir. It would just be like, "It's Tuesday." That's all it is. It's buy one get one free over there. That's all it was. No, but Pete, I thought. I was really trying to keep you in mind for this month too, because I was really trying to keep reined in a run and gun, and I was like, I know he's going to love this movie because this is kind of like a steroided up James Bond even, and with how much you love James Bond movies, and the opening to this is like straight from a James Bond.
Him sliding down on his back, sliding down the snow slope or whatever.
Yes.
Shooting as he's sliding on his back. Oh, tears of joy. It was so ridiculous.
It's the where's your invitation right here, and then exploding everything in the background. Like
it's taking the wetsuit off, and there's a perfect tuxedo.
Yeah,
dry suit.
Yeah,
dry
like,
pressed. Yeah.
And again, the only other thing that just kills it when you watch it in 4K is like I never really thought about it, but damn, that ice is plastic. That is the most plasticky ice he cuts through. I'm like, can we not afford a sheet of ice or anything? Come on, James Cameron, you knew about Titanic. You could have got some ice.
Not yet.
There.
He didn't get obsessed with the boat yet.
Nobody told him. He didn't even know about it.
He didn't know about the boat at all. You know, like once all men hit their 40s, they got to have some sort of obsession. Some people pick World War II. Some people pick barbecue. James Cameron picked that goddamn boat.
I'll pick as an obsession. I'll pick Tia Carrere, if I may.
Yes, Tia Carrere. And I mean, the age of going from Wayne's World to True Lies and seeing her in this movie. Oh,
now, Charlie, once again, I do need you to let the whole entire audience know and confirm this for me. Showdown Little Tokyo, body double.
Body double.
Body double. Just so everyone knows, Showdown Little Tokyo with Tia Carrere. That's a body double. That way, when you right now, that pain you're feeling, that's what I'm feeling when Charlie told me for the first time.
I'm sorry.
It's so sad.
I couldn't let it keep going, man.
Yeah, you know what?
Everybody
it had
needs to know. Like seriously, that's why you
fine.
don't see your head.
Yeah, I was fine when you were like, Frank Dukes is a total pussy, and I could beat him up with my pinky after watching Bloodsport, and you just kept talking all that mad shit about Frank Dukes for like 2 hours on the phone that one time. And I was fine with that.
Yep.
But the Tia Carrere body double thing, that one hurt.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it
bill of sales.
It was Dolph Lundgren's ass, though.
Oh, okay, that's better.
All right. That's just put everybody at ease. It wasn't all lies.
He should be proud of that backside.
He should be. That's why he showed it off in The Punisher as well.
Right.
He hung dong in that too.
Yeah, he did.
Did he hang dong in that? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. It's kind of in shadow.
It's shadow, but like you could see like the cup.
You can see the cup. I was waiting for him to say you could catch the tip.
That's not his pistol.
Chemical engineer at his best, sir. That's exactly what it is.
Don't you know that the Punisher has to meditate naked in the sewers?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Why are we talking about this when we're supposed to talk about True Lies, sir? True Lies. But the opening segment with the whole James Bond thing and how he got out was originally supposed to be almost 10 days of shooting to get. Arnold was supposed to commandeer a helicopter and then ski the helicopter down the mountain while fighting off people.
Oh my god!
I want to see that so badly.
They had the helicopter there because they're shooting on location.
Sure.
They had everything set. One night there, James Cameron's like, "It's too fucking cold. We're doing this in one day."
Oh no!
And they're all like, "What?" He goes, "It's too cold. We're doing this in one day." And they came up with Arnold sliding backwards, shooting the terrorists as they're coming down after him on skis and everything. 10-day shoot, 1 day shoot because James Cameron got cold.
Does that mean that the other 9 days are a vacation in the cold, or you just move on?
He's just ahead of schedule, sir.
Yeah, that's what James Cameron does.
That's a flex by a big name director, man.
Good lord, no doubt.
There's no one else could have got away with that. Like seriously, just listening.
I'm chilly.
Yeah, I don't like this anymore. Like I could understand maybe if Arnold was like this is very too cold. I don't want this is like Austria all over again. I'm from California.
He's from Austria. This is like summer vacation.
Pete, I live in California now. You know, there's still snow in California unless I want to go skiing. I go skiing. I go to get the snow. Not when I'm working. But it's completely James Cameron going, I'm cold. We're doing this in one goddamn day. And that's it. And another fun fact is this isn't a James Cameron movie. Arnold brought this to James Cameron.
Oh, did he?
I didn't know that.
Arnold wanted to be James Bond or something and said, "Hey, James, make me a movie."
I guess there's like this. I didn't really understand who this person was, but I'm guessing someone in Hollywood that's really well known for like bringing over French properties, and then they pitch them around to see if it can be Americanized. And True Lies is based off of a French like storyline. I mean, it's been totally redone, but Arnold watched the movie that this guy showed him, and he's like, I love it, you know, and took it to James and had James watch it. And he goes, I want you to write this. I want to do this movie. And Jim Cameron's like, well, if Arnold wants me to do it, I'm going to do it, you know, and that's
this movie.
I want to be in this movie. This is what I want to do. Arnold didn't want Jamie Lee Curtis. He was against her.
Really?
But Pete, take that wolf back. He goes, she's too sexy. They'll never believe her as a housewife.
Oh, they did.
Oh man, though
They did dumb her down at the beginning.
They nailed it, and it was because somebody gave James Cameron a copy of A Fish Called Wanda. And James sat there and watched that movie and went,
I love that movie.
That's her. It's not an exact copy of Helen, but it showed her range. And James went in, called Arnold, and he's like, let's sit down. Let's go have a talk. Okay. Hey, do you trust me? Of course I trust you. He goes, no. Do you trust me? And Arnold sat there for a moment, and he's like, James is sweating. Like,
yeah,
Arnold's thinking.
These are the two that argued about I'll be back.
Right. Exactly.
Indeed,
James was right. And So Arnold finally went, I trust you 100% explicitly. And James goes, we're going with Jamie. And he said Arnold's face just went blank. just blank. Sweating bullets again. And then Arnold looks at him and goes, okay, let's do it. Let's start shooting. And after that, he was like, it was the best decision they ever made. So good, in fact, because we'll talk about her. When they got done with the movie, one of the writers in Jamie Lee Curtis's contract with her agent was to ask if she could get above title billing, which means title of the movie. The big stars like Arnold is always above the title of the movie, on the posters, everything, was to ask if she could be up there too. And James went to Arnold and he's like, I have to ask this. It's part of her thing. But what do you think about Jamie Lee Curtis being above title with you? Again, Arnold thinks. James is like, and James goes, whatever you say goes. If you say no, it's done. We're already finished. What can they do? And Arnold said, he stopped for a moment and he goes, this movie wouldn't be what it is without Jamie Lee Curtis and what she did in this role. So of course she can be above title with you.
Nice. What a guy.
She is above title. I saw that on this thing and I'm like, that fucking just sold me right there. Just the fact that Arnold just knew it wasn't just on his shoulders. Because he's right. Without Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie, there's no movie.
I can't picture anyone else in that role.
No.
At all. Like, especially when she finds out that he is a spy, the way that she punches him, calling him a bastard, a liar, just freaking out on him.
She did exactly what any wife would do. You son of a bitch. What have you done? What have you been doing? Oh,
right.
That visceral reaction is what a wife of 15 years would do if you've been keeping something from her.
He's been a spy for 17, but I love when he gets injected with the truth serum and he's like, just tell me something where, prove to me that I would lie. He goes, are we going to die? Yep.
Just matter of factly.
So
go ahead, Pete.
I got a question. Like, how does a spy, do they have like a Tinder account? How do they get a date? If he's been a spy for 17 years, that means he met her 2 years into his career.
2 years into, which he's still like, I would say entry level, maybe.
Sure.
But I like to think it just never came up. And then eventually he had to like lie his way to the top.
Did he pull a Bill Paxton?
I was going to say, are you saying that he did what Bill Paxton did?
Yeah, he pulled what Bill Paxton did.
I'm throwing out questions. I'm just curious how, as busy as he is, how on earth does he have time to date?
I get it. I think I kind of take it more along as like Faisal, who is the third member of their group.
Yeah.
He's not got as many responsibilities, so my guess is when you're that early in your career, you're not a spy yet. Like, I feel like you had to work your way up to be the level of where he was. So I'm sure he had an apartment. Okay. He went out, maybe met her in a supermarket, getting groceries.
Is that your cucumber? Why, yes, it is.
This is my Wiener Schnitzel. Would you like it? I will make you some of my best schnitzel.
Don't knock the schnitzel. It's good.
It's the best in Austria.
The best.
Now, can you just introduce Tom Arnold to the schnitzel real quick for me?
Arnold, Tom Arnold. I'm Arnold. You're Tom Arnold. This is fantastic. We're going to be best friends.
I mean, it's in our name.
Have you ever had schnitzel?
Tell you, guy. No, I've never had schnitzel. Let me tell you.
Never had schnitzel.
The bitch ex-wife would never let me have schnitzel.
Oh my God.
Took my ashtrays.
You should always have some schnitzel in the house. It's
all
required.
Right. Great.
Well, we're
gonna get some schnitzel.
We do need to work on this physique you have here. You're getting a little, round in the midsection.
Oh, I just thought, I carry the guns.
Well, no, I am field agent. You're the guy in the van.
Me, guy in van. You field agent. I always forget.
15 years in the van.
I'm done being in the van. I don't want to be in the van anymore. You get to be in the van. That's the stuff I love from Gibb, man. Just it's comedic timing without being over the top comedy. It's just it's just funny. You know, it's just pure humor for me. You know, it's not like they're writing jokes and doing all this. It's just a lot of it's just like deadpan. Like when they're listening to Simon and her talk in the restaurant, and he's like, "That's us. This guy's taking credit for our work." I love this guy. We still got to kill him, but I love this guy.
Well, she's definitely cheating on you.
Oh, definitely. He's not exactly lighting the fire anymore, is he? Do you mind if I continue this myself? This is my wife.
I want to know how the voice modulator didn't have the Arnold impersonation on it as well, because I feel like it should have.
It should have had that little Austrian.
A little, yeah.
Like maybe they have a lever just for that, like a little less Austrian in the modulator and moving it up and down, like testing. There we go. Okay, that's not me. She'll never know it was me.
Yeah.
But you also got to think, like, they had to have the conversation later where he thought she was cheating. Like, they have the conversation, but they don't in the movie because he's asking her the questions, you know, in the interrogation. But then she gets mad at him for being a spy, but he never looks and goes, "Who the fuck is this Simon guy? Don't come at me. Don't come swinging and punching me in the face. Who's Simon? Okay? You thought you wanted a spy. Now you have a spy. Now what? Now, who's not happy now?" But he never does that. You know, they never like touch base on who's right and who's wrong. It just goes right into her having to deal with the fact that everything she's kind of wanted has been right there for her. They just couldn't, you know, he couldn't tell her.
Well, I mean, they were also busy being kidnapped at that time. So
that's
not really
time, but I
possible
mean-
to have these kind of conversations in the middle of a kidnapping.
Well, you know, they were on
in front of a nuclear explosion.
Well, there was a
No, that was a snow
kidnapping
cone
and then a
machine.
real kidnapping.
This is espresso machine.
That's right.
Is the water heater? I don't know. I know what this is.
Water heater.
Can we also talk about who his boss is? Because I was dying now that I'm an adult and can learn these things.
That
Charlton Heston with one eye.
The Charlton Heston, sir. Nick Fury.
I was going to say
in
Nick Fury.
True Lies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not exactly blowing my skirt up here, gentlemen. I'm like, I never knew I needed that phrase to come out of Charlton Heston's mouth. You damn dirty
I'm
egg.
so
You're not
happy
really
it
blowing up
happened.
my skirt.
Oh,
Oh my God. No, I think the supporting cast works really well. You got a young Eliza Dushku in this who plays a really good bratty teenage girl who's out, you know, doing whatever because daddy's not home. Mom's probably not really paying a whole lot of attention to her. I remember when I got shot out of the cannon, you know, just jokes like that. That's the dumbest looking helmet they had on.
it's pretty
that poor
bad.
girl when she leaves to get on the motorcycle. It made her like a foot taller. It's just literally like that's not doing anything if she gets in an accident. And what parent is letting their teenage daughter get on the back of a fucking motorcycle? Like I would have been like Jackie Chan. I'd lifted the back of it up as they tried to run away and just sat there and held it.
Or like Aziz later on and just
Aziz.
kind of clotheslines that guy on a bike so he can get away from Arnold. That was a great stunt.
Dude, that whole
little
segment
throwaway
is a
stunt,
fantastic stunt. Like I remember watching it quickly, but I remember going, "Oh, this is kind of cool. Arnold's chasing this guy. Now he's on a motorcycle." And then Arnold commandeers a horse of all things in New York. A horse. I'm guessing New York is what I'm, you know, it's the only place I really know that has.
Well, I was
mounted
watching DC.
police. Was it DC?
I'm pretty
I guess
sure.
that would make sense because it's Omega Sector.
Yeah.
The kind of Pentagon-ish with a Men in Black entrance before Men in Black had
right.
the cool
And they
entrance.
definitely make sure to let you know that you never know what organization it truly is. Even the unidentified man flying the craft, like
Yeah. Everybody's Johnson. That's where that whole
Yeah.
joke started. They are all Johnson. Agent Johnson. Troy, what about you? What were some of your favorite scenes in this movie?
Wasn't ready for that question. Sorry.
Troy, Y'all think Troy just doesn't talk. Troy gets so enthralled in listening to us talk that he just feels like he's got a live session of the
He's
podcast.
like, I like the movie.
I'm an audience.
He's our test audience. If something doesn't go over well, we edit it because
he
Troy's
gives us
like,
a
no.
stink face and a thumbs down, and we go,
He's
"Oh,
like,
okay."
That joke, no,
No.
guys.
Like I could tell you right now, like Tom Arnold's to me is as nails on a chalkboard. This whole fucking movie. Like anytime Tom Arnold is like I can't do Tom Arnold. And so, like, him going on and talking about how Eliza Dushku is not a virgin anymore to Arnold while my daughter's sitting next to me. And I'm like, just shut the fuck up, Tom Arnold.
God damn it, Tom Arnold.
I'm writing in I have 3 notes, and you're like, shut the fuck up, Tom Arnold. Here, and here. I can't take Tom Arnold. He brought this thing down a little bit for me the whole damn movie.
I get that segment itself, but I feel like that sets him up as the type of person that just says what he's thinking at the moment, which is kind of what turns into the rest of the movie, especially with, oh, she's definitely cheating on you, or, all this other stuff, is he just blurts out whatever's in his brain.
10 seconds of joy is 30 years of misery. Shut up, Tom Arnold.
God damn it, Tom Arnold.
Probably getting the money to pay for an abortion.
Yes.
God.
Shut up, Tom Arnold. whole goddamn movie.
Oh, God. I don't know. I like Tom Arnold in this movie. I've never really not liked Tom Arnold, though, even though he was married to Roseanne
Remember
Barr.
that stupid movie, The Stupids? That stupid movie, Car Wash.
He's in my favorite. He's in my favorite Nightmare Before Elm Street. So
he is.
This all checks out, actually.
Freddy's dead. Him and Roseanne Barr are in it. They're parents in the town that has no children, and they're like trying to grab one of the kids, and she has a breakdown, and Tom Arnold has to drag her away. But that's Tom Arnold and Roseanne Barr. We're in a Freddy movie. And yes, I said it's my fucking favorite Freddy movie, aside from like Dream Warriors, obviously. Right. Right. Oh, we got copyright struck. Thanks.
Damn it.
Yeah, Pete, whole episode's on mute now.
Too goddamn close to docking.
Troy, where were you on giving him that thumbs down?
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
We need to give him a little buzzer. It's like, Troy, are we doing good? Yeah. I felt like we hit it so many times at the beginning. I figured I needed to chill out just a little bit.
Has been a minute.
It's been long enough. Speaking of being long enough, I think we should just go ahead and hit a commercial break. What do you guys think?
Sure.
Do it.
Hey, Nate. Month of action.
You want a war? Well, you got it right after this.
Guys, we've been doing this thing for a while, and I think it's about time we make a trailer.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let's get this thing. All right, ready? All right, what's going on, everybody? We are Dissect That Film. I am Brett.
I'm Dan.
I'm Angela.
And we... Oh, wait, guys. I have an even better idea. What if we had somebody with an epic voice sell our show in a way that our show actually isn't? What do you say?
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
All right, let's go. Let it rip.
Your host, Parker, Dan, and Angela slice and dice their way through the good.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
The bad.
You brought the devil!
There's a devil inside everyone.
And the ugly movies you love.
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it!
Hold your favorite films and franchises tight, because they aren't safe. In fact, it's already too late. It's time to dissect that film.
I wish our show is what that guy just said, but you know what? If you want to listen to our awesome show, Dissect That Film, you can listen to us on YouTube and on your favorite podcast apps every single Friday, where we talk about all the wonderful films, good, bad, or ugly, as that epic dude said back there. So until next time, I'm Brett.
I'm Dan.
I'm Angela.
And we'll see you all again next time.
I didn't come here to talk. Lucky for you, they did.
What do you think, Nate? I got you, Mickey.
We came to talk?
Yeah. We're the ones that talk now.
Yeah, but the angry voice, it seemed like,
The
he was going to like
voice.
grab me by the collar and push me up against a locker and be like, milk money now.
That's how powerful Mickey's voice is.
Yeah. I'm a little scared of it, honestly.
You're the one that kept going, well, I wish we had something like that on our show, and I wish we had this.
Well,
I got it.
some people go and create a whole new show on the show, and they make better sound bites and better music for the show. And then he just leaves you going, what did we do wrong? What did Pete and I do?
I like my intro to
I've
the
done many
action
things wrong.
side. And I have given you free reign to do whatever you want with the horror music. Have you?
That is a discussion for another day.
Another day.
Not this
So,
day.
Be happy with what I gave you.
You right, you right.
I know I'm right because I said it. So that's how that works. That's right. Thanks, Eagle. Thanks, Eagle-y. John Cena loaned me his eagle.
Oh, is that what it is?
Eagle-y, that's right.
Oh, man. So can we talk about Bill Paxton, though?
Yes, please.
Because to this day, I still remember, because it was one of the scenes Dad let play out, was when they're in the Corvette driving.
God.
And Arnold's just staring the death stare at him as Bill Paxton's laughing, saying the most vulgar things ever about Arnold's wife without knowing about it. And he punches him and like backhand fists him, blood out of his mouth. As a kid, I'm like, holy shit, what just happened? And then, boom, Bill Paxton laughing again. And it was all Arnold imagining it. And I'm just like, even to this day, I go, it's so well timed the way they did the edit on that. It's because you feel like, damn, he killed him. Like, he dead. He gone. And then, boom, he's right back to laughing his ass off. And you're just like, holy shit. That scene sticks with me. It's up there as far as one of my favorite like little things that happen.
That mustache sticks with me. It's bad.
It's very sleazy.
Bad.
He does sleaze
gross.
very well.
I wonder if he trimmed it a little bit. Like there's a little space between the bottom of his nose and where the mustache starts that just skeeves me out.
I'm sure it was what he was going for. Like
he did a fantastic job.
Because while it looks like Bill Paxton, you're still looking at it as this skeevy dude. Like I'm not going, oh, it's Bill Paxton. I can't not see, Aliens 2 or Twister when I see this. No, I see Simon. It's just this skeevy, nasty dude.
Pants peeing coward.
Used car salesman.
I mean,
and it's like that fucking fits so great right there, man.
Yeah, he's got a nice beard in Tombstone, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
does.
does.
Like it's a pretty good beard.
Yeah.
So he had to have trimmed it to be like,
he went someplace and literally got a $5 haircut.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's what that looks like. Like he almost like he cuts his own hair in the mirror.
Like he went to them and said, "I'm a used car salesman." And they went, "Say no more."
Yeah. We believe you, Bill.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is eating it all up until she's not, and then she is so uncomfortable and just reads as crawling.
Oh, absolutely. I think that was one of the things I was listening to James Cameron talk about. He goes, Simon had to be just suave enough so you don't feel like Jamie Lee Curtis is an idiot to believe him. And I think he does.
I think in the introduction, he does a very good job.
Oh, when he gives her the briefcase?
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, the briefcase has the passport. It has different
money.
Yeah, like it has enough in there to be like,
dossiers.
all right,
gun.
What is this?
Yeah, which probably was an airsoft gun, but what woman is going to pay that close attention? Not to mention it was probably like $5 of foreign money, but because the different denominations, it looks like a lot.
It looked like a lot, though.
Well, 1,000 pesos looks like a lot to some people until you actually spend it.
Until you spend it, yeah.
And then you get a pack of gum, and that's what you get for 1,000 pesos. But yeah, I think, and the way he had it planned out with the airline tickets in the trailer. When he gets her back, like we're gonna have to go to Paris, and then she sees the ticket to Paris. I mean, he drives, the 57 Vet. It's not a super sports car, but it's just classy looking enough.
That's a classy, sexy car.
It is.
So beautiful.
And I love how he's trying to, it doesn't handle the greatest. It doesn't even run that good. But you know what? The vet gets them wet. Then that's all that really matters. Exactly. Your skin crawls when he says it, but you're also like, okay, he's got a point.
He's not wrong.
Maybe
I just
need
don't
a
want to hear
Corvette.
it.
Yeah.
I have to lie to women, and I don't get laid all that much, So
I got a tiny penis. It's embarrassing.
I don't even know what I would do if I saw a gun. A naval lint. He just plays it so damn good. And to think he was the punk in Terminator, he was the radar guy in Commando whenever they take the seaplane across.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill Paxton. And apparently he's been best friends with James Cameron for ever. And that's why they've kept working together for so long, and he just Bill just fit it. He goes, we got him to look right, and he acted it perfectly. And he is handsome enough to where you understood Jamie Lee Curtis's thought process as Helen, and Jamie Lee Curtis pulls off being this housewife, a little bit haggard, a little bit plain looking,
bad haircut,
again, works in an office as a legal aid, everything that's stereotypical that you would expect. But dude, when the switch flips, it is just, you forget that you've seen her in other movies where she's a smoke show, like we were saying with Trading Spaces, A Fish Called Wanda. She did
the Fog, Prom Queen.
Wasn't she in with John Travolta, one of the disco movies in the 70s?
Oh, was she?
I think she's in Saturday Night Fever. One of the. She's not a main character, but I think she's in the disco.
Or there's something where she's a workout instructor, and the cover was her in spandex.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it's called.
I have no idea.
I obviously didn't see it though.
She looked like James.
It's a pink and black workout outfit. The 80s one, everyone wore back then. But yeah, and to watch this, you forget what she actually looks like until that scene in the hotel room with Arnold. And they didn't tell Arnold about her fall. Her and James Cameron figured that out ahead of time. So Arnold reacting to go help her was Arnold reacting to go help Jamie Lee Curtis because she fell. And then
he's in the chair.
He's sitting in the chair, nice. And then he pulls himself back and stays in character because she jumps back up so quick. And I'm just this just fucking brilliant. Yeah. Every bit of it. And none of the dance was choreographed. She said, I needed to do it as uncomfortably as I could. And the best way to do it was to just show up and dance. So that little spinner hands, disco move, she goes, that's me doing this till they say, okay, now dance sexy. And she goes, I just let it fucking go. She goes, I just let it all out. And I'm like, yeah, you did.
Good for
yeah,
her.
you did.
We all let it out a little bit.
15-year-old Charlie was not prepared.
All I can hear is just 4 podcast hosts woofing essentially right now.
How could you not? I think I heard Jackie Wolf a little bit. I don't know. It's very possible.
It's just a pack of dogs in here.
Oh man. But it's just that entire switch, and then you have a new version of Jamie Lee Curtis throughout the movie, because now she turns into basically an action sidekick, as they get took over. And I love it.
I love when he gets captured, and he's just nah, she's a hooker, let her go and whatnot.
Yeah,
and just the whole time of how calm that he is playing it and staying in his character, I guess you could say.
But
just
she's
it's no
also
big deal.
trying to protect him.
Yeah,
let me handle this.
She's the one on the mission,
right?
She's there.
He's just a computer salesman. Clearly, she'll save the day.
So it's making me wonder: did she like think that the agency brought him into the hotel room for some weird reason? Like
she hadn't figured it out yet.
When did that click in her brain?
I don't think the pieces of that puzzle were connecting at all.
There were 2 minutes because, like, I want to know what the rest of Arnold's plan was, where he had her laying on the bed and he's like rubbing the rose down her face and like, what are you gonna do next, man?
I think the reveal was I'm a spy.
Well,
it just got, you know,
surprise! I kidnapped you.
Yeah,
wasn't that funny? Don't you love me?
I looked at it 2 different ways.
No,
I looked at it as, is this the moment you reveal it to her? Or do you play it off as, I got a phone call from this weird person and they said you were going to be here and to do this role. And I was
I also wonder if it wasn't like Arnold had gotten too caught up in the moment and took it too far. Cause I think he was supposed to, like, Jamie Lee Curtis was supposed to leave the bug and get out. And he probably should have just let her do that because she wanted some danger. She wanted some action.
That's a good point.
And like, if she had succeeded in her mission, then they could have just gone back to the way things were. I don't think that it was.
She's even told that he likes to watch. Like, this dude just likes to watch.
Yeah,
that's
there was
a good point,
supposed
Troy.
to be interaction. I don't think.
But he had what's his nuts record. Now lie on the bed and close your eyes in the French accent. So unless that was when he was supposed to maybe leave, like go to like, okay, now lie on the bed, close your eyes and say like, I got it. You know, he goes to the bathroom and now that's her cue to plant the bug on the phone, sneak out of the hotel room. I like that theory though, Troy. I like that he was going to continue the lie, not reveal anything, let her accomplish her mission, which got her out of trouble and went back to the status quo. She got her little bit of excitement. He's in the clear. Simon's going to be scared shitless in about 20 minutes, you know. Or he was. They had to have done that first, scared the shit out of him. But all the loose ends are tied up, but the terrorists fucked it up. Which means that they got really good at tailing him, which honestly, looking for a giant Austrian dude walking around DC
can't be that hard.
That's not that hard.
Yeah, it cannot be that hard.
You know, who acts like he's smoking. I like the bathroom fight.
I was going to say, can we talk about the bathroom fight?
Yes, we can talk about
because I love destruction in a movie, and the bathroom fight gives you so much destruction.
This one and Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Those two bathroom fights are just
I'm going to throw in Casino Royale as well because that bathroom fight's pretty brutal too.
Okay.
It's a good point. Yeah.
It's kind of a bathroom fight, but the bathroom stall fight in Unleashed with Jet Li.
Oh, yeah.
Because that one's super, like they fight in the stall.
Oh my God.
Him and this other the white French martial arts dude who's in the white gi. They fight in a bathroom stall and it's so fucking mind bending how they did it.
It's pretty awesome.
But this one I love, man, because like you said, Nate, it's a ton of destruction. When Arnold rips the hairdryer off of the wall and blocks the punch and then crushes that dude in the face, I still yell. I'm still like, yes, that is what I'm talking about. That is it right there. It's just total destruction. And then like this is where before they made the terrorist comical, like Pete said, like Aziz comes walking in after these guys are supposed to be taking care of it. It just sprays the bathroom down with, AK-47, just holes everywhere. Poor old man has no more shit to shat. He has shit.
I thought for sure that dude was going to get hit.
He's dusting in the toilet at that point.
Millie was just yelling like, "You gotta leave now, dude! Get out of there!
Now's your chance! Run!"
There's no chance.
No,
and it's
and not white. Come on, Millie.
I'm not
No.
wiping. I'm not wiping.
No.
You'll be lucky if I pull my pants up, sir. I am out of there. Because what's more distracting? Me running across the bathroom. They're not going to shoot at me. They're going to be like, wait a minute.
Was that a 6'3" naked man?
Was that dude just toddlering it out of the bathroom a second ago?
I was never here. I was never here.
He did the gif of that little kid that walks up and goes, oh, and then walks away. Yeah.
I didn't see shit. I didn't see shit.
I didn't see your face. I didn't see him, man.
I was Bill Paxton at that
Yeah.
moment. Okay. Oh, you still want to get that car? And then the motorcycle and horse. We talked about it for briefly, but we didn't even get to the point of where I realized the direction of the movie, which is, it's an amazing fight.
Yes.
Chase,
Mhm.
motorcycle going through the mall. The horse is chasing him. They go up the elevator with a horse.
Very funny.
Fun fact, horse actually does go in the elevator. They do not use the horse on the way up.
Okay,
They're like,
that's good.
They were like, horse brain may want to leave the elevator and no one's going to stop him.
No.
But the part where the horse's butt hits the old couple was an actual horse in the elevator, but the old couple were the horse wranglers. And they dressed them up
nice.
How cool is that?
as these rich looking people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like they're all, they slowed down the scene a little bit and you can see them nudging the horse in the circle to make its
Aw.
way around. But I was like, that's just fucking brilliant.
Then
Like
the tail hits the gal and
she gets hit in the
Right.
face.
Right, it
Like,
was so good.
never crossed my mind that they're part of it.
Those are
They're
the treasures.
they're
How
actually.
cool.
They found an old couple and went, we have a scene for you.
Mhm.
I think of Lovey and Mr. Howell from Gilligan's Island in an elevator with a horse. It's when they get to the top of the casino, hotel, whatever it is, and Aziz freaking guns that motorcycle they never show how far away the building is.
It looked like when he
it
landed in
looked-
the pool, it looked really far.
It looked like there's 5 lanes of traffic below them.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like
And a
there's
good
so many damn
5-story
buildings.
drop that
Yeah.
Minimum, if
I
not
think
more.
you're pancake when you hit that water.
I could almost believe it if he didn't also crash through a glass wall to start that jump. Like you were doing fine.
Yeah, why not shoot the glass? So I believe, and maybe have a little more of a run up. That was like 25 feet. And he makes that jump. He lands in the pool. And then watching this as a kid going, what's Arnold going to do? And Arnold takes the horse to the edge, looks, sees that guy, and the slow motion, they gallop of the horse, like, holy fucking shit, this movie's going to jump a horse.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God. And then boom, the horse stops and throws Arnold off the top. And there's this moment in your head going, oh, that's what this movie's going to be like.
I couldn't agree more. That's exactly where this movie turned from ridiculous, over the top, serious action movie to, we're in for a ride.
We're going to have a little bit of fun with
We're going to
this.
have a good time. Yeah.
It's going to be unbelievable at moments, yet we're going to make it real, in camera, like him getting in a Harrier jet to fly away. Like, it's been 10 years since you've been. What secret agent needs to get trained in a Harrier jet? That's a classic Tasker takeoff right there.
Well, if you're in Omega Sector,
that's right. Yeah,
I don't know what badges he carries. Maybe he has certificates. It's a weekend class. Learn how to fly Harriers. But he and like Harriers were still fairly new technology.
Were they? Yeah, okay.
I think, the way it usually goes is they've been out for a while. We don't know about it. Once the public knows about it, it's been out for
a while.
Okay.
But still, it is not your normal airplane that needs a runway.
But they also make the joke of like, we haven't driven one of these in like 2 years.
10. He says 10
was it
years.
10? I thought you said 2.
Yeah, he hadn't driven one in 10 years.
Yeah, he goes, it's been roughly 10 years since you've been behind, I think he says wheel, but since you've been behind the wheel of one of these or in the cockpit of one, he goes, I'll figure it out. Take it out of my pay, which I thought was hilarious. How much you get paid?
You need to sign off on that.
He couldn't afford a suite at the hotel earlier, but he could have him take the Harrier jet out of his pay later on in the movie.
He was saving his daughter. He didn't give a shit at that point.
But you know what? I'm there for it.
Now, I don't care for run and gun like Troy was saying earlier. Serious action movies. I couldn't even name a single one of them because I would imagine Commando is like this. Even though I haven't seen
Commando's a little more. I would say honestly, it's going to be like Rambo 2, which
So it's a real serious, real like machismo shit going on.
It's still very tongue in cheek.
Not Rambo 2, Rambo 3.
No, I was talking about Commando.
Oh,
tongue in cheek.
Yeah, Commando
is it?
Yeah, Commando has a lot of fun.
Okay, it's a reason Hot Shots makes fun of it in part 2. You know what I mean? They feel like in a shooting gallery, bad guys just jumping up and they all fall down.
Right.
But like Rambo is like bad guys trying to kill you. You shoot them down, they're dead. You know, that type of running gun. I know you're not a huge fan of.
I'm just not, because it's so earnest and stern and like,
yes.
This movie might be the most perfect mix of, yes, there's a serious thing going on, but we're also going to run around with googly eyes on. Like, I mean, we get a nut shot at the end of the movie that I wasn't expecting at all. Aziz gets his balls crushed by the Harrier.
Yes.
Like, really? We get a nut shot in this? I'm down for that kind of shit.
There's 2 nut shots in this movie.
That's right.
Jamie Lee Curtis kicks the shit out of Tom Arnold's nuts.
She puts his nuts in his throat is what happens. Oh my God. He's walking.
Arnold crushes that dude when he butts her in the head with the rifle butt.
Oh,
Arnold
yeah. His own guy.
Bam! Crushes that dude's jaw. Like that dude, I think he hit him. I think he hit him because that guy's still stumbling around when the camera cuts. Like that had to hurt. I bet you really did it.
But like this is the kind of action movie that I will. Last Action Hero was like that, only a little more tongue in cheek. But this, man, I want action movies like this. So if you want a little peek behind Pete's curtain, this is my kind of thing.
Well, this is why I knew this was kind of like a no-brainer for you, and it's why I didn't do a month of run and gun. You know, but we are doing Rambo 2, so
that's fine.
But
which is run and gun,
which is run and gun. But I think I've given you enough fun. You're going to be like, okay, I understand why we're doing.
You've introduced me to a lot of fun action movies this year, Charlie.
I have. Honestly, I think my ratio.
I'm not saying that
it's gotten better.
No,
it's like Charlie has honed in on the Pete and figured out how to like make it work.
No, I expect the Rambos to come around or Rambo 2, I should say, because I genuinely enjoy Rambo. That's a powerful movie.
It is, but my thought was, I know it's jumping ahead for the month, is Rambo 3 probably would have fit more thematically with like True Lies and that type of movies that we're watching this. But I was like, I want to get 2 done because it's an important movie. It's it's part of what Give Me Back My Action is, and we can finally do it. So that's where that is. But anyway, back to True Lies, which I knew was going to be a hit for. You know, Pete had no idea this was going to be a first time watch for Troy.
I really feel like, like he's lying to us almost. Like,
I feel like we're being punked.
He's seen it before.
Is Ashton Kutcher going to come through my garage door in a second? I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Yeah, right. You'll scream in my face, burn.
I can't even explain it. It's just, it was. I'm kind of like a little bit of Pete's wheelhouse, where I'm not a big action movie fan or like just action. And it hadn't appealed to me, but like it was one of those kind of like, I thought it was a lot more vanilla than it is.
Right.
I thought it was a lot more just, oh yeah, there's Arnold with a machine gun shooting everybody. And it's way more fun than what I was expecting.
Way more layers. Like this.
Yeah, and I also, and this embarrassing, I didn't realize this was James Cameron either.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm not sure I knew that either, Troy.
When it came up on the screen, I was like, "Oh shit!" Well,
it's definitely one of those, like, because of the goddamn boat. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot that, you know.
Yeah,
he did
made
this
like this
in between. You know, yeah, exactly. It's not just Terminator and a goddamn
little
boat.
Side project for him to build up to the boat.
Yeah. If I go up in the air with the jet, I can surely go down below in the sub.
Nate just can't let go of this damn boat. I'm trying to think he's got a little bit of the Cameron disease going on
The
here.
fact that I'm the only one that's still pretty pissed off about the boat, because I watched True Lies going, you didn't mean to tell me that we couldn't just get another Arnold and Cameron movie? I had to get the goddamn boat.
I get it.
Well,
I haven't seen the boat, so
yeah.
You've never seen the boat?
I have never seen Titanic. Nope.
Well, he already knew how it ended, so
The boat sank.
why
Done.
watch it? Yeah. Let's be serious. I think I've watched it twice. I'm not in any hurry to go watch it over again.
I mean, watching Leonardo DiCaprio go down for the third time, that might be worth it.
I kind of like the boat. I like Titanic.
Good for you.
But I kind of get Troy's thought and not knowing, because you got to think why not John McTiernan? Like, that's Arnold's go-to action guy. That's the Predator guy. That's, everything, that says action. He is the action director. You expect that name attached to this one, or even hell, this movie with how insane it is doesn't say Joe Silver, doesn't say Michael Bay on it anywhere either.
Don't you dare say that, man.
But I meant, like, that's the level of, like, this wild action that you get with all the explosions and car chases, and let's put a jet in there. Let's put a helicopter over here. Yeah, I get that you're not thinking, oh, the guy that did Abyss, underwater, yeah, he did Aliens too, but maybe that was just because it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
I kind of get that logic behind it.
Well, also, I mean, the movie kind of did disappear for years on end.
True, because it never
which is weird, because James Cameron movies don't disappear.
It's very strange.
It is.
Well, he's also, like, such a perfectionist. Was it just that he didn't want to take the time out to, like, make the DVD perfect, but by the same token, he wasn't going to allow anybody to just release it?
That's what it sounded like.
That's basically what it came down to, and that's why the first DVD is basically a rip of the VHS, because if I'm right, the VHS was letterbox, so you had the top and bottom on that. Then the VHS came out, or the DVD came out, and then they fucked around with it, and you got that weird black everywhere, but it's still widescreen.
Bad.
It's horrible.
God, it's terrible.
And I think it just, like James Cameron said, well, you're not going to just transfer that over into Blu-ray. I'd rather just fix it, tweak it, and it literally set like on a pile of shit he needed to do for 20 plus years.
More shit piling on top of it.
And I think,
oh, look at this. I got to go do this now.
I think he's timed it well, jumping in on the 4K boom.
Yeah.
And the way it can do. Now, I don't know how much was used. I've only read a few articles that they did say that he had used a form of AI to help him with all, getting everything transferred over and cleaned up and done. And I'm like, that seems counterintuitive to what we're being told about how we're supposed to feel about it. So again, I don't know. He hasn't said exactly how he did it, but I got it. And I watched it last night, and nothing was really different from what I remember watching. If I played them side by side, I doubt there's very many like additional scenes. Like there's no added deleted scenes either.
Oh, so he didn't George Lucas this thing.
And thankfully so. He didn't do that. Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt just shows up for some reason in the first act.
On me, Bookie. What are you doing? It's like it totally disregards the entire conversation with Greedo earlier. Yeah. Like Greedo could have said, look, Jabba's just outside. We can go talk to him. But no, we had to
we gotta make sure that we meet him. Ooh, Saba Solo.
That's pretty good. And he's all night. Like, how much shit did he eat later for Return of the Jedi? Like, that dude's like 3 times the size now. Like, he's cruising around, boogieing on Tatooine in the first one.
Ubasawa Tatooina,
and it was because George Lucas wanted to use what they filmed, which they filmed a dude.
They filmed a dude.
They did film just a dude. Yeah,
he was a fat dude who was just supposed to be Jabba the Hutt.
Was he eating a turkey leg?
It was in the comic book. If you guys ever got the original Marvel comic book, that scene is in it. So I got the comic book before I saw the movie, and when that scene wasn't in the movie, it confused me terribly. Like,
It's your fault. You're the reason.
Yeah,
we
you're
got
the reason then,
Pete.
Pete.
That's my fault.
You son of a bitch.
You're the reason why Jabba the Hutt showed up in True Lies.
That's right.
That's right. Damn it, Pete. All right, boys. Well, I think
screw everything up.
we can keep talking about this, but I'd say we need to jump into a few
Forever
things
we could
here.
keep
Well, we
talking
got
about
a
this.
thing I want to talk about first before we jump into those things.
What?
Okay, well, what thing do you want to talk about before we do those things?
I was a very young lad when I got to rent True Lies, the video game, fellas.
Oh, we had a video
Did
game.
you? Yeah.
I remember this one
I
being
don't remember this one.
very special to us. We rented it, I think, a couple times. I don't know why we didn't just buy it.
What
But-
console?
The Sega.
Okay.
Yeah. The True
60?
Lies game was awesome. Yeah, on Sega Genesis. Like,
The Genesis,
it was an
okay.
over-the-top game, and you could shoot at, like, an angle and walk around, and you get grenades. You got the Uzi. You got the shotgun. And I was today years old when I was playing it, realizing on the first level, you actually don't have to shoot anyone. You can kind of just walk around. Even though you got your gun, no one's paying any attention to you. The moment you fire that gun, they start to shoot at you. Now, you do take all of your information, your mission objectives are handed to you from Tom Arnold. So I'm sorry, Troy. But
Troy's not
the
playing this game.
has
Shut
it
up,
to
Tom
where
Arnold.
the bad guys are dressed up like civilians, but they got Uzis. So if you turn a corner and you just start rapid firing, you could accidentally shoot a civilian and then have Tom Arnold yell at you going, Omega doesn't like it when you kill civilians. Knock that off. And then if you kill 2 more civilians, a nuclear bomb goes off and you fail the mission.
What? Jesus. That's extreme.
Yeah.
Omega's like, we can't have that in our
We can't have
our
that.
record.
Also, if you die 3 times, that same nuclear bomb goes off.
All right. So I had showed this to the guys earlier. I've been going through my comics, and I found a comic that has the ad on the back page.
What's the ad say?
So, oh, dude, I just finished reading it. So
Yeah,
first
yeah.
off, it's called 360 degrees of firing power.
Which
like
was
they
basically
say.
pressing the diagonal button, where like you're
okay.
pressing left and up at the same time
Because you didn't
to be
have
able
an
to
analog.
shoot. Exactly.
Okay, so you had the D two D
The
pads.
D-pad, and you're trying to hit them just
Okay.
right to be able to
Yeah.
do that 360 shooting, which is really fucking hard.
This came out on Super Nintendo, Genesis, Game Boy, and Game Gear. They got 4 different things.
Wow.
But
You know,
here's
True
the
Lies on the
little-
go.
Here's the back of the video game. I guess we'll bring this back for a second. It's not like he's saving the world or anything. Oh, yes, it is. As special agent Harry Tasker, it's up to you to prevent nuclear holocaust and stop the Crimson Jihad. Experience all the explosive intensity of True Lies, including never-before-seen secret missions, all of the action movie mega hit, and none of the romance.
Yeah, because when you're a boy reading your comic book, you don't want stupid romance getting in the way.
And none of the romance. That's why I had to read it. But it's an awesome, like, full, complete back page of the comic. You know, Arnold in the
That
Harrier,
wasn't cheap. Yeah.
explosion, rated T for teen.
The game
on
was
the-
awesome. You could dive, like you could just roll all over the map.
Really?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
definitely unlike anything I had ever played before when that came out. And firing it up again, I was like, this is still just like a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I remember
it has
Castlevania. You could like hold down one of the buttons and swing the whip around. So
Yeah, that
that's-
was
that's-
one of them. It kind of did a little fling. And
But,
hit-
but
it
that
was
had
only-
a 360, or was Castlevania 2 or 3, something like that?
I think it's 3 that you were able to do that.
Yeah.
It's the only one that you were able to do that with. They
Mhm.
changed it again. There's like 4 like screen grabs, and underneath it one says, "Sorry about that. Explosive Harrier action. Is it the snow cone maker? And you'll need Gibbs' help to stop the Crimson Jihad." So that's all
Okay.
that is
Andy Gibb?
It's on the back of a.
Stopping the jihad. Stop the jihad.
It's on the back of. Jesus Christ. All right, you don't get to find out what comic it's on.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, you infidel.
We'll put it on a Patreon or something. It'll be fun. All right, so Nate, can we jump into the things now?
Yeah, that's pretty much all. I just want to make sure I got to talk about the video game because I do really love the game.
That's really cool. I had no idea.
No, it's totally fine. I actually kind of forgot about it. We've been talking about everything else about this movie. But all right, let's do the thing.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
All right. Definitely big. Definitely up there. 109.
Holy hell.
Yep.
And Arnold does kill a lot of people in this.
I think he kills all the terrorists. Like, I don't think any of them were alive at the end of this.
He took out like 40 with the Harrier on that one level of the
23 is the
23
right
was
there.
on that floor.
Yeah, just
what
just
about
there.
when he used the Uzi to then shoot at the hose to then make an improvised flamethrower from the tanker? How many people died there? Because that was amazing.
It was amazing.
Uno momento, I can tell you. Hold on, I got you pulled up there, sir. Let's see. You know the handcuffs. I picked them. Harry shoots a machine pistol while activating a gas punch, which sets 11 terrorists on fire.
Yeah, that deserves an
burning
eagle.
them to death. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go.
That feels better.
Yep.
Like this is all out of bubble
He
gum.
was edging us there.
Yeah.
As he's known to do.
I need release.
Harry shoots 20 terrorists with a Harrier jet Vulcan cannons. So that's all on that one. So yeah, it's a lot. So 109 kills in this one. So that means we get to pick our favorite out of all 109.
Yeah, but they were all bad.
It's perfect. Perfect.
That's it, man. It's where it came from. It's this movie.
I like when we watch movies and then it's like one of our grabs
drop.
When it talks, I'm like, they said the thing.
It said that thing.
Said the title of the movie in the movie.
That's where Charlie got it from.
Kathy and I both went, huh?
Kathy did the same thing when he said it. She's like, oh, I was like, I know. I'm the one that put it in the show.
You think I didn't know this?
I picked it. I edited it. It's mine. Arnold doesn't own it anymore. It now belongs to Give Me Back My Action Movie.
Yeah, it's ours.
Yeah. I'm going to get a cease and desist from Jim
probably.
Cameron now. That's exactly what I'm going to get. Oh, let's see here. Do I say mine out first? But I'm kind of hoping we're all going to kind of pick the one I'm thinking of. But Troy, let's go with you, bud. What is your favorite kill of True Lies?
Oh, it's obviously Jamie Lee Curtis fumbling the Uzi and it falls down the stairs and shoots everybody in the warehouse.
That's a good one.
I got to give it to Troy.
It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. But
I'm watching this and I'm thinking, that's not how an Uzi works.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Kathleen said.
I don't care. This is perfect.
I feel like that's exactly how
I think
Uzi
that
works.
Was one of the reasons Uzis were considered more dangerous was because they could do runaways.
Oh, no shit.
If you drop it, they just go. So I think it's probably more accurate than we're thinking. Even Arnold goes, shit, and then the other dude duck.
It perfectly spirals down like a cartwheel. Just doesn't veer left or right.
No. Yeah.
That's how well balanced those guns were, man.
Right. Perfectly balanced.
It had just enough recoil, so it's just able to do that. It even shoots back at her, which I was like, I love that. It's totally random. It's a great one. Pete, what's your favorite kill of True Lies?
So the one that made me laugh the most was when the goddamn pelican lands on the hood of the
I love that.
And then they're like, and the pelican takes off, the box truck falls, and then just kaboom out of nowhere, it just explodes because it's The Simpsons or something.
Yeah, you have to include the first guy in the van that died because they fired the rocket launcher.
Oh my god!
Front window.
Yes. Which is something my dad has always complained about from being in the military than watching any movie where they fire this type of weapon where someone stands behind. He's like, nope, everyone be dead behind them. I don't know why they always do this. I think it's in Rambo 3 or Rambo 2 when he does it and shoots the helicopter out. He's like, nope, he saved all those prisoners of war and he would have killed them all.
And he went and killed them all.
They're directly behind him. I think the only one you
always
can get away
pointed those out.
I think the only one you can get away with is like the little rocket launcher Aziz shoots at the fuel tanker because it's that one single
tiny
smaller
bazooka.
rocket launcher. Yeah. I don't think you have to be as clear behind that one.
You still need to be clear.
Well, it burnt the shit out of the driver's arm. Like the sleeve is gone.
Yeah.
He looked like a Looney Tune with half of him burnt. And the other two were like, what? Oh, shit, Dave. What the hell happened?
What about the front of the truck? Oh, my God. I'm going to stick with that one. I know what one you're talking about, Charlie, but I'm going to stick with the box truck.
Yeah. To me, there's only one in this movie.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your favorite kill of the movie?
As much as I love Troy's answer, because when that popped out, I went, oh, yes. I thought in my memory it was only one person getting killed by that. I don't remember like 7 people getting shot from a slinky Uzi.
A slinky Uzi.
But there's a scene in this movie right before that I adore. And I'll always love when Arnold tells someone he's about to kill them. And it's the doctor where he's got the handcuffs. And he's like, thinking I'm going to use you as a shield. I'm going to throw the knife off that table into that guy's face. And then I'm going to break your neck.
Yes, but
and
how are
it's
you going to do that?
exactly how it happens.
You know my cuffs? I've picked them. Love it. I do love that one, but I'm sorry. I'm going to be the basic bitch here. And it's the you're fucking fired.
Yeah.
And he
I knew that's where you were going.
Off of a missile into a helicopter of the rest of the terrorists.
Through a building.
That way.
Through the building.
Don't forget the building.
A Sidewinder missile launching his ass and that whole like
because the goddamn movie's a cartoon.
Yeah. All that end kill is a cartoon. All of the other terrorists are screaming. He's coming right for us.
That's why we never got the sequel, because he does kill all the terrorists.
They're all dead. There's no more There's no more Crimson Jihad. That's it. They're done. They're gone. Oh, I do like all excellent kills. I like the shooting the terrorist that's holding Jamie Lee Curtis hostage, and he just fires the shot.
It's so badass.
It was so fast.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit! And even Jamie, I thought for sure Jamie Lee would like throw a shoe at him. Like, don't do that. That would have been pretty funny.
He's like, next time, honey, duck. I'm like,
next time, duck.
Duck what?
Like, what are you talking about? Been shot at before.
No. All right, let's rate this bad boy.
Well timed, sir.
Just felt right for some reason.
It
It's
did.
a month of action. How do I make this more actiony? I know. Eagerly. Okay. Same order. Troy, what are you rating True Lies? Can I say take Tom Arnold out of your equation? I don't know why I feel nervous.
No. I mean, like, this is an 8. It's an 8 because, Tom Arnold's a little bit off. It's not quite my action-y film, but I totally enjoyed it, and it's a blast from beginning to end. So I'm going to give it an 8.
Nice, excellent. Pete, what about you, bub?
I'm jumping that, and that's going with a full 9. It's a strong recommend, a must watch for ridiculous 90s action movies.
Fantastic. Nate, what about you, Bubby?
Yeah, it's a 9. I mean, this has everything you could want from an Arnold movie with the stunts, the one-liners, the cartoon action, the humor. It's just, this has the whole package, and that 2 hour and 20-minute runtime just
that's the only
flies by though. Like, I if anything, I'm upset I have not watched this movie multiple times. Like in recent memory, like.
Oh,
it's a time commitment.
Doesn't even faze me, sir. Doesn't even faze me. I'm sorry, boys, but you're all wrong. This is a 10. That's all. There's
Fair.
nothing wrong with this movie. This is everything I want.
I feel bad now giving it a 9.
I it's fine. I mean, I get it, but it's one of the. This is where when people go, Charlie, what's your most favorite action movie? I'm like, what day of the week is it? Because my gun to my head, it's always Demolition Man. But damn it, True Lies is right up there. But so is Terminator 2, so is Predator, so is all these other ones. That's like I can't differentiate them. It's just like, what am I in the mood for? I'm in the mood for Arnold being a dad and a husband and still an action star. And I'm like, I want to watch True Lies. And now that I have it on 4K, I actually look forward to watching it more. Like I said, I waited over a year since the last time I watched it because I wanted the purest vision of it, and I got it. And now it's like, this is going to be in heavy rotation from now on in the shop. Like, True Lies going on. Love it.
Yeah, I need to pick up that 4K.
It's so good, guys. It's so good. Like I held off of Aliens because I wanted True Lies. That was how much more I was looking forward to this, because I was like, I can watch Aliens in Blu-ray. True Lies, I could never do that. I never had this is good enough. And I didn't want to watch it on streaming because that was probably the Blu-ray version. And I was like, I want to go from shitty fucking version to the best version available right now. And that's
give me the best.
That's it. Give it to me, James Cameron. Give it to me. All right, Nate, were you able to find a trash opinion?
I was, and I'm confused. So maybe you guys can help.
Okay.
I'm the trash man. I come out, I throw trash all over the ring, and then I start eating garbage. And then I pick up the trash can and I smash the guy on the head.
Oh, that's going to be a disaster.
I think Nate brought up Danny DeVito because he was scared we weren't going to play the drop.
No. I just like to bring up Danny DeVito. You know this about me.
It's just true. It's true.
Yes. So this one comes from 2018 from something Magos. I can't pronounce that. They gave it 1 out of 10 and said it was generic, racist, and full of cliches. James Cameron, the director of Titanic, Avatar, and The Terminator, has a unique talent. He can hack into people's minds and make them believe that he is actually a brilliant filmmaker, but he's not. Another generic, full of stupid cliches movie made by James Cameron. All Arabs are bad. All Americans are heroes. Blah, blah, blah. Yawn. And that's not what I got from this movie at all.
When was this written?
2018.
Okay, that makes sense because
that does make a little
in
bit
1994, yes, the terrorists were
right.
Middle Eastern.
Yep.
Yeah, like that's, but like,
and those were the bad guys. You had the cartels, you had the terrorists, you had the Russians.
Like the 80s, everyone was Russian.
Right. So
for
is
me,
it racist? Yeah, but from the time, that's what you had. That was the greatest threat.
It was truthful, though. I mean, you can't say it. It'd be different if you were saying it about something that's not truthful and just wanting to disparage an entire race. Not to mention, they never really say the exact area they are. They are just a cell.
They're just a cell.
That's it.
The other thing, though, they're so outlandish and cartoon characters. I mean, even down to the one guy, his battery is dying.
That's a battery. I have one.
There's just
in
a
the
lot
truck.
of just comedic moments where I'm like, I don't really think it's racist. Like he could have made them be Russians and them being equally stupid.
And it's not white dudes painted up to look like them.
Yeah, like I don't know.
Although I will say this, I it's a product of what it's time, and I'm sure it still happens. You know, not all the stunt people are the same ethnicity as the people that they have to do the stunts for.
I would imagine. Yeah,
they have to make them look closer to the but there's a scene of Aziz next to his stunt double, and I went, maybe that picture shouldn't make it out in the public.
That's a stunt double who goes, I can no longer share this photo. Times have changed.
You're kind of like, I get it, and I understand why they're doing it, and it makes sense, and it's not racist.
Makeup.
But out of context, you're like, ooh, I don't know about this.
Why did Uncle Joey go to that Halloween party?
But I don't know. I think that's just it's going to be a fucking generational thing that we're going to fight forever.
Yep.
You know, you're never going to make them happy. But okay, a 1 though. A 1? God, stupid people.
Yeah.
Stupid people. All right, well, that is our first episode of Month of Action. I think we have set the bar really fucking high.
Yeah.
But I believe the next movies coming up are going to be just as fun. Maybe not as long as this episode is, but I had a feeling True Lies was going to be a big one.
What is the next episode?
Well, the next episode, and I'm glad you asked, is going to be Death Race, and not the old Roger Corman one. We are doing the Jason Statham led.
I don't know why he's doing a when he gets to watch a Jason Statham movie.
He's not happy yet. Okay, he hasn't seen this movie.
I know.
He enjoys the original Death Race movie,
and he enjoys Jason Statham.
And the remake, the 2050, also produced by Roger Corman.
Yeah, they did like the
sequel. I only made like 10 minutes into that one.
Honestly, I haven't even watched it yet.
I didn't make it far.
But I will say this: I think I watched the second sequel to this one, and there's 3 of the new Death
There's
Race.
a lot of it's like the Scorpion King of Death Race movies.
They just
keep pumping them out, and you don't know where they're at.
Leads,
yeah.
Direct to video.
Jason Statham is definitely not in the other ones.
No, I bet
not at all.
No, not at all. But we are going to be covering Death Race, man. Guns, cars, explosions, death, races. It's in the title.
Boobs.
Hot girls.
Yeah. It's kind of like
had boobs.
It did. I know.
This one's like
and Sly Stallone's butt.
It's Sly Stallone driving a car with a giant fucking knife on the hood. Okay, I know it's true, but we'll talk about that when we get to that episode. But we have some news that we need to let the audience in on, and I am going to turn over the floor to our beloved Nate. So, Nate, the floor is yours.
Hey, audience, it's your boy, Nate. Hi. This is weird. I don't like this, but Nate's got to take a little bit of a sabbatical from the podcast. My life has gotten a little chaotic, and I made some bonehead decisions in my personal life last week that got me in the doghouse, and I don't like to be in the doghouse, so I've got to step away momentarily. So it sucks that I'm going to be missing the rest of action. And can you make the eagle cry? Like,
I didn't have that one uploaded. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, right? So unfortunately, I don't quite know when I'm going to be back. We've got an idea, but there's going to be a couple weeks without me, maybe a month or 2, just because of how my schedule has been, and it just does not seem to be letting up. And yeah, it's not fun, let me tell you, but that's part of the reality of trying to work a podcast, work normal life, work a band, and write a book. It turns out I'm not in my early 20s, so it's harder than I expected. So with that said, we are going to let Anna from the Cinema Slab fill in for me. They are going to be on the Top Gun episode. Anna and Hannah, and then Anna's going to kind of take the reins and fill in my seat in the meantime. So just keep it warm for me, Anna, and I will be back. Like you're supposed to be when you do these type of things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why we're not even giving you like Nate's gonna be back on this date just in case I fuck up.
Or if he decides to come back early. So we're giving him
and that's the thing. Like
leash.
if I can come back early, it's definitely going to happen. If I can find a way to make Rambo 2 happen, I will. That's for damn sure. But
just saying, I put a lot of work into this month of action.
I know, and I went. So about that.
Yeah. So just know we all support Nate 100% on this. The show will keep going, but it will be noticeable that he's gone. But we have amazing guests lined up already for this month. I do believe it will be a very first solo for me and Pete on Death Race, which I kind of am, if I may, kind of looking forward to that.
You should.
Well, it's because Pete's so against doing this movie, and I'm so pro doing this movie, and I picked this movie because of that. Like, this was one of my Pete picks for the month of action.
Anti-Pete pick.
No,
Okay,
no,
all right.
no,
He tried so hard to get out of this too.
My anti-Pete was Rambo 2. Not that I was trying to be mean to you. I just knew it would be
that's
not your cup of tea. Everything else I've picked this month, I'm expecting.
He's
glowing
picked
reviews.
with Pete in mind.
Aw.
With Pete in his heart.
I have. So we are still going through. We're giving Nate his time to take a break. We have been doing this for a very long time. We're in our 4th year of podcasting. Nate came in only like half a year into me starting this.
It's kind of amazing how Charlie's been able to do this for so long. I've only missed one episode since being on. That was
you only
House.
missed the House episode where I brought James in on. But yeah. Oh, believe me, this is work, people. If you don't think it is, you're wrong. If you think you can just, I can just jump in and record some stuff. No. If you want to be serious about it and not get paid and still be serious about it, it's work.
Turns out all my endeavors are not getting paid. It's great.
Yeah. He doesn't even get paid at work. He just shows up and does shit. Bills pile up. But no, we will carry on. Pete will carry on with me. Yes, we will have a fill-in with Anna. I do believe she is starting officially just after month of action, just depending on when Nate decides.
Yeah,
when he decides to come back. But
I feel much stronger that with any of our friends being able to fill in, like we're in a much better spot than if this were to happen like a year ago.
Oh, 100%. Or just Nate calling us the day we get ready to start recording and saying I'm not going to be there. You don't do that.
Well, if that happens, it's because terrorists kidnapped me, and I'm waiting on Arnold to save me.
And I will go get my terrorist axe, and I will come save you. So that is exactly. I'll go get Pete, and we'll be in a Harrier jet, and we're going to go get Troy.
Are there
but
2
he
seats
has
in a Harrier jet?
He had. Yeah, I think there was one behind.
There's 2 seats, but then Troy has to ride the missile.
Yeah,
No,
he has to ride the missile, but we're going to call him Gib the entire time because he has to.
You know what? Let's just call him Troy Arnold the whole time.
Troy Arnold.
Oh, son of a.
I'm Arnold Charlie. He's Troy Arnold. That's how that's going to play out. All right. That's the State of the Union address we had for everybody.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not how I really envisioned month of action, but we will persevere.
Same.
Month of action will continue. Next week will be Death Race with me and Pete. Soloing it, but it is going to be a lot of fun. So if you like this and want to keep up with all the drama, apparently, you can follow us over at Give Me Back My Action Movies, the Facebook group. Give Me Back My Horror Movies, the Facebook group. Both of us are on Instagram, which Nate will still be running and in charge of.
And that's the other thing. Yeah, I'm still going to be on the Instagram posting everything. If I can, I will write up paragraphs upon paragraphs upon paragraphs for Charlie and Pete to read about my...
Can I get a voice modulator that makes me sound like John Lovitz? Do you think I can find that?
You might be able to find one.
I think that might be something to find. Maybe Nate doesn't leave.
Yeah.
And
actually, what you need to do, I'm fairly certain with all the hours of recording you have of me, you could probably snippet certain words and just combine them together to make it sound like I'm part of it.
AI to listen to our show and create an AI Nate?
Yeah. I like it.
Don't tempt me.
Replace me with AI for a while.
He's already looking at me like, you're about to do this, you son of a bitch, aren't you? I was like, the gear was turning for a moment, sir. But yeah, we're definitely not in favor of AI taking away artist jobs and shit like that. So we are in jest about all.
I'm just in favor of just AI taking over my job for a little bit.
We need a beta Nate.
Yeah.
We need a beta. A Nata.
Exactly. Yeah.
We need a Nata to come in and fill in for Nate while he is saving the universe as a starfighter. All right. We're done. Let's get out of here.
Can I get the final word?
Sure, Nate. Nate, get us out of here with the good word.
I'll be back. You get it? Because I'll be back.
Pete, you've been muted the whole time.
Son of a bitch.
I was like, why is Pete so quiet?
Just being so quiet, yeah. And where its window is at on my screen,
God damn it.
His agent Q is just kind of hidden, so I didn't even see that he was muted.
Totally muted. Son of a... Anyway.
That's okay. We're just gonna say Pete took it the hardest.
Yeah.
I'm out of here, bitches.
All right, we're not gonna add anything at the end. I think this episode's long enough.